DFL champion, everybody.
What's up? It's me, Dio, and I'm back for week 2 picks. Now, if we don't mind, we're going to start week 2 with some reminders from last weekend. I know I went 5 for 6 because of the Indianapolis Colts losing to the Houston Texans. And now, if you don't mind, I'm going to talk a little bit about that game. I did not expect the rushing attack from Now Foster when he did show in the game. But I don't think it helped the Colts situation by losing Bob Sanders. And it looks like Bob Sanders will be done for the year with the bicep injury in his one arm. Now, Peyton Manning did not have the game I expected him to. And they also lost Anthony Gonzalez early again. Last year they lost him in the first game of the year. He was done for the rest of the year. We're not sure about this year, how long he's going to be out this year. Now let's get to my week 2 picks. First we're going to do Buffalo at Green Bay. And I think Green Bay will go 2-0 and beat the Buffalo Bills at home because Aaron Rodgers had a great game last week against Philadelphia Eagles, and Clay Matthews completely dominated Michael Vick. He completely even dominated Kevin Cobb. And I don't think Buffalo, like I said last week, they do not have the pieces this year. They will win a game this year, but not this weekend. Next is Tennessee at Pittsburgh at Tennessee, and I think the Tennessee Titans will come off with a narrow defeat at home, with narrowly defeating the Steelers in home at LP Field because of, I think, Chris Johnson, last year's 2,000-yard rusher, will have another great game this weekend against the Pittsburgh Steelers D, and I think Vince Young is going to light it up against the Pittsburgh Steelers D. And they do not have the quarterback on Pittsburgh. They still have Dennis Dixon, who will start till Big Ben comes back week 6. So I think Pittsburgh goes 1-1. Philadelphia at Detroit, and I think Philly's going to take the win because Michael Vick will make his first start since 2006 this weekend, and I think he's going to completely light up the Detroit defense. The Detroit narrowly lost to the Bears last weekend, but I think they're going to get completely demolished by Philadelphia. Next up is Miami in Minnesota, and I think Minnesota will win, even though they're going to be without Cindy Rice in the second week in a row, and Percy Harvey might be out he's questionable with a hip injury. I still think Miami cannot beat the Minnesota Vikings. Next up is my upset of the week, and it's St. Louis at Oakland. And I think the St. Louis Rams will walk into Oakland in the dark cool and completely demolish Oakland. I think Sam Bradford will have a better game than what he had last week. He had a touchdown and 3 interceptions against the Arizona Cardinals. This week, I think he's going to have a much better game, and I think Oakland will start the first 2 weeks of the season 0-2. Next up is Houston at Washington, and I think Houston, even though I didn't take Houston last week, I think Houston's going to win this week in Washington, D.C. I don't think Washington can do it, even though they beat Dallas last week, who is one of the teams to be favored to be the first team to play at home in the Super Bowl in NFL history this year. But I think Houston, with Now Foster, will run over the Washington D. And my last pick of the week is New England at the Jets. And I think the New England Patriots will go 2-0, even though the Jets have a strong defense. I think Tom Brady will dominate this team. And last but not least, like I said last week, you can be a champ and listen to me, or be a chump and God